Hey everybody, it's Lance here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to do a Deconstructed Bloom with PrizmPour paints and squishy toy rolls. You may not know what that means, but you'll find out in just a little bit. And I'm showing you the paints that I used, and the PrizmPour paints that I used were Whispering Winds and Bohemian Sea, and I also used a little bit of shiny taffeta with the Treasure Gold copper, and it made a really pretty yellowish golden color. And I am using white and black cell activator, titanium white and lamp black, and mixing that with Aussie Floetrol. And of course that was my PPG house paint that I mixed with a little GAC 800 for my base. That lighter turquoise color is a Lucas Krill Arctic, and that's a really pretty color. It is not a metallic color though. That's one of the colors that was non-metallic. I'll leave the colors in my description box. Going through this a little fast because I'm on my Friday Night with Friends train of fluid art videos, and we are kind of held to a 12-minute video or around thereabouts. So that is why you see this kind of going a little faster. As you see, I layered my colors with a main central color, and then I put all the other colors half on, half off. I did this in another video for my We Are a Family Pride Month collaboration for a rainbow bloom, and it works really well because it keeps the colors somewhat separated when they're blown out, so you get you get the gist of the colors. They're not all blended together. But I wasn't extremely happy with doing it this way for this particular pour, and you'll see kind of why as things go on. Total transparency, this was a 96-degree day here in High Point, North Carolina, and I was in my garage, and so I don't think the paints and the conditions were like working necessarily with me. But I do end up in the very end of this liking what I get. But I'm on this journey with Deconstructed Bloom, learning as I go, and I hope you can learn along with me. There are things that I would do differently, like I would mix my cell activator a little bit thicker. I think I mixed a little too much Floetrol in with my cell activator, my lamp black, and my titanium white, and I've had a conversation with Karen Dershin about this, and she kind of confirmed some of my thoughts that I needed to have a little bit of especially with the black, a little thicker cell activator, because I want my lines to show up. When I do this kind of Deconstructed Bloom, I want my lines to show up so that it gives me a little bit more composition. So it's not just the shapes of color, but I'm getting the composition of these lines that the bloom creates. So yeah, so that's, pro tip, something I would do a little different if you're trying to attempt these. And I'll leave you kind of what my mixtures are and what my recipes are that I'm following for this, and in my description box. And as you can see, I'm blowing this out, and I kind of like the way these blooms looked initially, but then as I start tilting them around, tilting them off, I'm losing some of the actual black lines or the white lines in what's happening. So I also felt as though I had too much mass of color between the two blooms from doing this kind of particular, what I call an orbit bloom, where you've got, like, think of your paints as the little moons that are orbiting that central planet of the main color that you put down first. And so that's kind of why I call it the orbit technique, the orbit bloom technique. That's just my little funny phrase for it. I'm sure other people have done it and call it different things, but you got to make up your own little funny words in fluid art and paint pouring. I think makes it fun. Now, I got some exciting news recently. Leslie Olmsted from Colourarte reached out to me and asked me to be part of the Colourarte affiliate team. So I'm really pleased and happy to be part of the Colourarte family. And I wanted you to know, if you like what you see, and these paints are incredibly beautiful, the PrizmPour paints. And if you really like what you see there and you want to try them for yourself, my affiliate code is LanceTravis622 for a 20% discount off on your purchase. Now, I did not care for what was happening initially with what I did, so I decided to put some of the colors down and try again. I decided I was going to just put the white cell activator only down, and I kind of liked the way those looked, but still wasn't my jam. I just really wasn't extremely thrilled with that. And so I tried to play with it a little bit, tried to run some style lines through it with my popsicle stick, but it still just was not exciting me. So then I thought, let's pour again. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, I did a straight pour video where I don't know how many times, eventually I just titled it as Straight Pour Drinking Game, I think was in the title, because it was over and over and over again. But in this case, I thought, well, I'm going to try to do some more blooms and blow them out, and then maybe I won't distort them quite as much, was maybe my game plan. I thought, well, let's see what happens when I do these blooms. And I didn't do them the orbit way, I just did them the traditional kind of puddle in a puddle way, and hoping that I would get more of what I was after. And so you'll see me do this several times now, and I'll let you watch that for a second and then we'll talk some more. Now, as you can see with this bloom, I was getting a little bit more of what I was wanting, and so my idea was to put 3 of these kind of, in a zigzag across and see what I could do once I've gotten them down. And as you can see too, that one that I just blew out, the cells are really quite beautiful and quite kind of fat and juicy looking. So I really liked that, and so I'm gonna put the 3rd one down a little diagonal from that one in the bottom left corner, and hopefully get something more of what I was after. Now, if you're enjoying this video and finding it entertaining, maybe educational, or just funny, watching me fumble trying to get these blooms to work for this Deconstructed Bloom, please like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content, and give me a comment because I really love hearing from you. I am on this Friday with Friends Fluid Art video premiere train, and leading us off this evening was Tiffany Romine, and she was at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I, of course, am at 7 p.m. After me is Cynthia Porter Studio at 7:15 p.m. And after Cindy is It's Art by Donna M. with Donna, the Kappa Queen, and she is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please check everybody's videos out. I know they're all going to have something amazing for us this evening. Now, as you can see, this is a little bit better, but I still wasn't happy. So you see me breaking out my titanium white cell activator, and I'm using my spatula and I am my cake server rather, and I am swiping some areas because I wanted to bring some negative space of the white back into this painting. I felt like that would help give it a better focus and a better composition. And so you'll see me do this for a little bit, and I'm trying to just kind of reach into the old bag of tricks, because I feel like when you have put down a good amount of paint or really tried, you have to bring out your tricks. And here's another one of my tricks. It's a squishy toy, and I found it at Michael's, and I thought, oh, that is really cool. It is a interesting consistency. It is like a balloon roll that you'll be creating with it, but it has such a cool, it actually has a texture to it. And I love the fact that it's kind of mushy and it's buoyant, and it makes some pretty cool looking balloon rolls. Now, in the end, I felt like this was a very oceanic looking Deconstructed Bloom in the end. And I just wanted to remind you, I am a Colourarte affiliate now, and my code is LanceTravis622 if you're interested in purchasing some paints and getting a 20% discount on your entire purchase. Please visit Colourarte.com. Now, as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I really appreciate you hanging out with me. And as always, please come back and visit my channel again real soon for some more fun pouring together.